Welcome to the Franklin Park Public Library. I'm Miss Laura, and we will be making a thankful wreath. Happy Thanksgiving! So, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. What are some things that you are thankful for? So, for this craft, you are going to need scissors, white glue, and things to write and color with, such as a pencil. You will need a ballpoint pen, maybe crayons, or markers and colored pencils. Now in your grab and go kit, you have string, colored paper, a paper plate, and these 4 stencils. An apple, this is an acorn, which for some reason happens to be larger than the apple, not true to life, but still representative of fall. And a leaf, I believe this is a maple leaf, and an oak leaf. And these are actually going to be used for tracing onto your colored paper to create your cutouts. You also have string. So the first thing what you can do is the paper plate comes with the natural circle. So you'll cut out this circle. Something I find with scissors, it can be hard to start it off. So what I find easy to do, helpful, is to take a ballpoint pen and just poke a nice hole through the middle of the paper plate. And that starts you off with cutting out. That makes it easier for you to put your scissors through to start cutting out the circle. So go ahead and you'll cut out the circle of the paper plate, the inside portion of it, and this starts off your wreath. And then you can tie your string onto it. So an easy way to do this is actually to first take the 2 ends of the string and tie a knot at the top. And then put it through the wreath edge, and then kind of loop this through here, and that creates a knot to hold it on. And this is the way that you'll hang up your wreath. Now next, what you're going to do is you can choose which colors you want to have your leaves or apple or acorn, and trace them and cut them out from these sheets of colored paper, these fall colors that we have here. You can choose what you want to use. Maybe you just want to have your wreath be made out of leaves. You could have a wreath made all out of apples, an apple wreath, or out of acorns, or acorns and apples, or all 4 of them. Interesting is apples actually come in all of these shades of colors, and so do leaves. So for my wreath, I think I'm going to make a few of each kind. And I'll start by tracing the shape onto the colored paper. So you will trace all of these and cut them out. There's a maple leaf, and then maybe I'll have the oak leaf as well in the same color. Okay, I'm done with my tracings, so I'll set my stencils off to the side and I will begin cutting these out. You know, I want to show you another trick. A trick to do is here we have two apples, one on yellow, one on red. I'm going to go ahead and just cut out these both at the same time. I'll stack the paper up. Now I want to hold it carefully on the apple in case the paper moves around. So I realized that we did go ahead and trace it, but this will make it faster. Is to kind of layer up the paper. I'm just going to try doing two at one time. Just carefully go around the stem and the smaller parts of it. So for coloring your leaves, it's helpful to have kind of a scratch piece of paper underneath. So in case you get color off the edge of the leaf, take your, and so we have 10 shapes, leaves, apples, acorns, and go ahead and turn them all over so that all the pencil markings are on the bottom. And that is the side that you will glue onto the paper plate ring. So you've created a lot to choose from here. Look how nice that looks. So these are all kind of fall colors, fall items. What we're going to do next is maybe using some of the colored markers or crayons or pencils or your pen if you want. You can write down some of the things that you are thankful for in the middle of each shape. So I think I'm going to use markers to write with, and I'll start with this leaf right here. One of the things that I am thankful for are, let's see, my pets. I'll go ahead and, my dog's name is Buddy. I'll go ahead and write Buddy. I am thankful for Buddy. Buddy. And I am also thankful for, I'll use this red maple leaf. I'm also thankful for my other dog, Alex. And I'll write Alex on this one. Alex. And I'm actually going to write in a different color because red was maybe not the best choice for writing on red. Alex, let's see, what else am I grateful for? What else am I thankful for? I am thankful for my family. I'll write my family on here. The acorn. What else? Let's see. Okay, so once you have all of your words, all of the things that you are thankful for written on your leaves, apples, or acorns, whatever you chose to use for your wreath, what we're going to do next is color the edges of um, the shape. So what I mean, so for this, I'm going to go ahead and use my crayons for this. And here is what I mean. So for instance, let's clear these off. With this maple leaf, I'm going to take a dark crayon. I'm going to go ahead and draw some detail in. So leaves have uh, kind of these lines that go in the center of each point. And I will go ahead and color around the edge of the leaf. And this is where it's good to have a piece of paper underneath. So I'm kind of coloring the outline of this. I'll color the stem darker, maybe make the stem darker, and then maybe color in a little bit. And what's interesting about leaves in the fall, especially if you look at them, they typically are not just one color. You often would not see a leaf and just see it orange, only one color. So you might see many colors inside of each leaf. So I'm going to color inside of this leaf maybe some orange over here on one side, and go ahead and I'm coloring all over the paper, as you can see, which is why I like having a piece of paper underneath it. And then maybe this side has a little bit of green. So that is something really cool that I love about the fall, is the fact that there are so many colors in nature that you see. So this leaf has some green, some orange, some brown in it, and we'll keep going. So switching over this apple, this yellow apple that says friends on it, maybe the leaf, I'm going to go ahead and draw a line down the center of the leaf. I'll go ahead and outline the leaf, color on the edge, maybe color here, maybe draw some more lines on the leaf. Maybe I'll use a dark, kind of a dark brown for the stem. Maybe color that. Maybe this apple has some green and some yellow in it. Kind of color, maybe just color part of it green and leave part of it yellow. So for adding your shapes to your wreath ring, this is the funnest part actually. And you're going to want to keep the paper down, the scratch paper down in case any glue falls. Now have your ring where the curved part is on top so that you want this to be on the bottom and this to be on top where it's curved because that's how the glue will stick on there. And take your shapes, leaves, apples, acorns, what you chose to use, and arrange them on the paper plate ring. Now here comes the challenge. The interesting part is you want to arrange it in a way. It's kind of like a puzzle. You are going to try to arrange these so that the words show, and like arrange them as well. Try to cover up the white from the paper ring. Another thing that I like to do is I like to alternate colors and shapes. So maybe not have these two touching each other. So try to make this in a different area. So you're gonna arrange these before you put the glue on it to figure out where you want them all to go. And there will be overlapping, which is good. And so it can be challenging to figure out how to put these on where they're not covering up the words, where they may not have the same color touching each other. That's also kind of a part of the puzzle. And then the last part is trying to cover up the white from the paper ring, the paper plate. So here I have it pretty good. And I will start by taking my white glue and moving some of the leaves out of the way. And I will start with this one at the bottom, this Alex leaf. Try to. And all I'm gonna do is put glue on the middle part of it, and just kind of. It does not have to be all over it. It's going to be one part, and this is important because this is something that you're going to do later that you don't want the whole thing glued down. And I'll put that at the bottom. I'll start that off. And I will glue on, you know what, I'm going to change this. I'm going to put my family at the top of the wreath. I think that's the most important one, actually. And I'll put glue on just like an area of just one circle area where it's going to touch the plate on the back, and put this on the top of the ring. And then go ahead and I'm going to move some of these out of the way to make this easier. I'll put books here. So once again, a circle of glue about the size of a quarter, and placing that on. I am definitely thinking about trying to hide the white from the paper plate ring. And I've also definitely trying to work from the larger shapes to the smaller shapes. So the larger shapes kind of fill in a larger area, and the smaller shapes can be used to kind of come in and fill in those gaps. Now, so a circle of glue, quarter circle of glue, and put it on. Oops, I have two apples in the same place. I think that's okay since they're all different colors. I have to admit the chocolate chip cookies are pretty important to me, so those are ending up somewhere near the top. And let's see, Buddy is important, definitely. So here's here's the reason. Now I'm going to show you the reason why you're only using a small circle of glue, a quarter size circle of glue, is I can now bend this up and slide this part underneath and kind of move these in a way where you can fold the paper to make it kind of stand out, and that way it looks more like a real leaf or apple, because real leaves and apples, as you know, aren't perfectly flat. And it looks more real, and it also gives you more room to be able to add these underneath it. So it looks more realistic, and it helps with being able to layer the leaves up. So I'll put nature in here somewhere. Maybe add that right there. And then just bend, I'm folding the leaves a little bit so that it kind of stands out. I can already see that I have not completely covered the ring underneath, and that's okay. When the glue is still wet, you can kind of move it around a little bit. It's still kind of, you can kind of shift it if you need to. So kind of fold this jobs, putting a circle of glue on, putting that on, and here I've kind of covered up some of this. So I'm just bending these leaves out of the way. Oh, I covered up books. So now I just fold these up. So if they both fold up, you can actually glue them together, and then it kind of helps. So let's see. Here we have, and then your string is to hang it up. So here is your thankful wreath, and you can hang this up as a nice fall and Thanksgiving decoration. Thank you for watching, and have fun.